dangerous.
Yeah, that's what's stopping children from learning, you know, trigger warnings and stuff. That's what's terrifying children in schools is fucking trigger warnings. My man is perma stuck in 2016 so hard, dude. This is such a fucking 2014 to 2016 era. Absolute idiotic, dumbass fucking take. I thought we killed this. I thought this was dead. I thought this was not a thing that people were saying. Like, who the fuck still complains about trigger warnings? Who? Is there anyone that's still like, yeah, trigger warnings? Like, it was a fixture of the permanently online when it was popping. It's completely silly. Like, is that even a thing still? Very much so at colleges. Okay. It is being utilized in certain institutes of learning. But does that mean that there's like any kind of discourse surrounding it where people are like, oh, you gave a trigger warning for this? This is fucked up. Like, are people even mad about it is my point. Is there still discourse over it? This isn't being a petty bitch for his licensure being threatened for being a dumbass. Yeah, I mean, he was posting about how it was hard for him to find child porn on Twitter. No wonder they threatened to remove his license. Don't throw Huz. That's a real tweet that he posted. Was there ever actually anyone who expected trigger warnings IRL? I mean, they will do it in like a college or something in an educational setting. Sometimes they issue it before, like, maybe not a movie, but like a YouTube video or something. Or a news broadcast, like trigger warning images and depictions of police brutality. But not a single fucking person would complain about it now because, like, ultimately, you know why? People understand it because it's accommodating. And at the end of the day, this entire project of humanity revolves around us as social animals coexisting, cohabitating the same fucking spaces. And in order for that project to work, you have to be respectful. You have to be kind. You have to be accommodating. And as long as those accommodations are not like insane, right? Like changing people's behavior or making it much harder to exist or coexist, then yes, there are always people that are going to get mad or people that even take those accommodations overboard to the other degree, right? To the other side. But you just basically pick and choose things that work and move along with it. One thing that I said a long time ago when tone indicators were being utilized online, one thing I always said is it's actually not that bad for tone indicators to exist in text because it is absolutely, it's not like you have to use them, right? And people already use tone indicators in the form of emojis and emotes. But tone indicators isn't just for people with autism. It's just for everybody, really. It's a good way to communicate because man is a social animal. Now, you can fucking lose your mind over it and get mad about it and be like, how are these people communicating? It's so much worse now. Back in the day, I could just send an eggplant emoji and everyone would understand that is my dick. It's a substitute for my penis. Now, I'm getting in trouble for it. Why? Because I did not use a tone indicator. You pick and choose things that work, and the things that don't work, the things that are otherwise seen as silly, like Latinx, are slowly but surely shelved or relegated to the sacred halls of academia in certain circumstances. That's it. Birthing person. You will never in a million years see someone drop that in public when describing a fucking human being. It's just never happening. That is never going to happen. I go to the wokest fucking circles, okay? Trust me. The only time I've heard people talk about birthing person one way or another is always right-wing reactionaries getting mad about a problem that does not exist. Maybe in a medical context. That's it. It is so fucking dumb to get upset about it. It's just like this is most conservative commentary. Vice signaling about certain accommodations made that are not even nonsensical, but at worst just have no harm conducted to another person. Maybe annoys you a little bit when you see it. All they do is chirp, 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 chirp about this as though it's like eviscerating Western civilization. As it's destroying Western civilization. If Western civilization is so indestructible, how the hell is it crumbling because someone used a trigger warning.
You want to do what you can to help people who might have obstacles that could be overcome to learn. That's not unreasonable. But the problem with the accommodation hypothesis is what happens when you have an actual problem to solve.
There is nothing more hilarious than Jordan Peterson constantly chirping about accommodation, because this circuit that he's complaining about has not been accommodating to his lack of accommodation narrative. At a certain point, everyone is looking for a hug box. And Jordan Peterson's entire gripe revolves around the circles that he was in academia not being a hug box for him. That's all his spite. That's what motivates him. That's what drives him. Obviously, money drives him as well, fame, those sorts of things. He likes that. But he's just fucking mad that they won't accommodate him being against accommodation. It's always projection with these fucking weirdos, man.
Accommodated. You're not going to be accommodated in a workforce that requires genuine competition. Because if you're accommodated in a workforce that requires genuine competition, you're just going to be taken out. There's no time for that. Right. You might say, well, there should always be time. It's like,
no, you fucking idiot. How can you compare education to like a competitive field like NBA or something? It's idiotic. You can't leave people behind. This motherfucker literally looks at like George W. Bush's No Child Left Behind and goes, no, it was great when children were left behind. More children should be left behind. That's how we will actually educate a larger population. I don't think he doesn't really want the accommodations. Then he won't have a grift. Yeah, that's true. There's that aspect of it too.
When you're making important decisions, you're always balancing one catastrophe against another. You don't have the option that everything's going to turn out. And so the problem with accommodation, well, first of all, it's going to be gamed, and it's being gamed like mad. And second, it gives the person who's being accommodated to the wrong picture of the world to which they're going to adapt. You think about this with parenthood. How should you treat your kids?
Here's why I can never take this seriously, because the world is not a meritocracy, no matter how hard this fucking dingus tries to claim it is. Not a meritocracy at all. That's why people get so mad at nepotism. It's like, dude, listen, affluent families are able to have accommodations made for them in the form of not having to have their child work a job, for example, while they're going to school. There is no real meritocracy, pure grit, because there is no real base level of material equality. Jordan Peterson used to always say, equality of outcome is not what we want. We want equality of opportunity, which we have. And now these neo-Marxist postmodernists want equality of outcome. It's like, no, dumbass. Point to me a single place in society where there has ever been equality of opportunity truly established. It does not exist. That's what people are advocating for. That's what people want. Equality of opportunity. You are just using yet another straw man to make it seem like equality of opportunity is actually just equality of outcome. Bro, you nail him so well. It's because I spent so many years duking it out online with Jordan Peterson dick riders who were some of the most unimaginably annoying assholes that I literally picked up on his mannerisms and his voice and all of his arguments. Some of which are in here as fans of mine now, luckily, because they've changed their mentality over the course of the 2014 all the way to like the 2020 era. I've been saying the truth about Jordan B. Peterson for years, almost 10 fucking years now. I mean, since he first popped off in like 2014, 2015. It's very frustrating to see him still try to revitalize this exact same grift with the exact same standards, with the exact same talking points in 2023, because the cycle wore itself out only to rear its ugly head again now that Joe Biden is president and liberalism has taken root in society. Also, one thing that you looked over today is his claim about the future authoring program claims. His study is not peer-reviewed, done in only 2 universities, and track GPA over 2 semesters only. Motherfucker out here making outlandish claims. Yeah, one fun thing that these conservative freaks used to do, which is like kind of a dying art at this point, is they used to always talk about how shitty the humanities are, which Jordan Peterson not going to fully do because, he's a psych guy. But they used to talk about how shitty the studies are in humanities. And it's not a real science, right? Liberal arts is bullshit. Look at all these fucking bullshit studies. They used to bring this shit up all the time. As a matter of fact, they even make fake studies to prove how easy it was to get non-peer reviewed studies published and shit. Meanwhile, they do that all the time now. I mean, this is him doing the same thing. It's just like a fucking bullshit ass study. Also, it's ironic because like a lot of the bullshit ass studies come from, or way more of the bullshit studies come from